Hello. Happy Friday, because it is Friday. I think, is it the first Friday of December? I think it is, because it's only the 4th. So yes, happy Friday. And hopefully you're beginning to come out of the nano fog. I know that in the last couple of days, my word counts have been very pathetic. Because I just have not really been able to concentrate a great deal, and what words I have gotten have been in more of like web content type of stuff rather than my stories. So yeah, so hopefully not only will I pull out of the nano funk, but hopefully so will y'all. If you have been in said nano funk. If not, I just hope you're doing well. So Devin is here. Howdy. And Devin did not participate in nano this year. So are you feeling some sort of like seasonal up or down in your writing? I don't know. Just let us know if seasons affect your writing, I guess, is a question, because I know that seasonal depression is a real thing. So do any of you noticed a upswing or a downswing in your writing during different seasons? I've not really been writing consistently for long enough, like over multiple years, to track that sort of thing. So hopefully, beginning in May, I will have a full year of tracking just about everything that I wrote, and seeing sort of like what my monthly output and all that kind of stuff is. So yeah, it should be an interesting long-term experiment. But anyway, Kaylin, hello, welcome. Kaka is here. Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing good. I am trying to convince my mom that we should have turkey pot pie for dinner, meaning that I'm trying to convince her to cook it rather than me. That's what's happening today, other than writing. So, and everything exploration. Hey, hello, how are you? Kaylin is doing great. Excellent. You just reached the epilogue of your nano project. Yay! That is quite awesome. That is amazing. Yeah, there have been days where it's just kind of been like, am I gonna get done with this story ever? I don't know. So Kaka is finally got to writing again, which is exciting. Yes, excellent. Ayana is here. Hello, welcome. Devin says 2020 kicked my butt hard and you couldn't do nano. Understandable. 2020 is it has been a year. Devin says 4 weeks until this year is over. Yes. Yes. McCord, hello. Welcome. You write pretty consistently unless you are editing. Editing is the thing that draws most of your writerly energy into the abyss. Okay. So do you pick certain times of the year, or like have a very strict window for when you edit? Because I know that you said that your grumpy goat editor was trying to take over this past month. Elizabeth says, hello. As to the question, you definitely notice that you are more tired because it gets darker sooner. And I wonder how much of that is just sort of like our condition of it's dark, oh, it's bedtime. Unless you are like a severe night owl, in which case that may not always be the case. But yeah, maybe winter months we feel tired because we are in some ways we're storing all the holiday food because we want to hibernate like bears. I don't know. Kaka says, I don't like cooking much either. Yeah, I don't mind cooking too much, but my mom makes a delicious pot pie. The crust recipe that she uses is from my grandmother, and it's super, super flaky and nice. Like I can do like store-bought crusts, but it's the gap between them is so large that it's just not even funny. Graham cracker crusts I'm fine with because we don't usually make those. We just usually buy those. But for like a real pie crust, there's nothing that beats like scratch pie crust. And so, yeah, so I'm trying to convince her to make those. I almost convinced her to make brownies last night too, but it was like way too late. So she's like, maybe tomorrow. So she set the box of brownie mix like on the counter for today. I'm like, all right, cool. So you're making 2 things for us today, right? Brownies and pot pie. Heather says, hello, not doing any writing this time, but beta reading. Ooh, yay. And Etsy work, assembling Christmas cards and packaging a sale. Got to get to the post office today. Yes. Nice. Elizabeth says, not a night owl or a morning person. You are a day person. Yeah. Yes. Sometimes I am more of a night owl, but I'm definitely not a morning person. Like, not at all. I have to have far, far too much caffeine to make me a morning person. And even then, I try and stay up till 2 a.m. And then I'm like, yeah, I'll be up at 6 a.m. It'll be fine. Just hook me up to an IV of coffee. Emmett Mord says, I try to edit consistently, but sometimes your project-driven nature overcomes your need to be creative. Your millwordy is all editing. So are you doing a killwordy rather than a millwordy? And you have tons of editing to do because you have put it off. Gotcha. And who do we have? We have a Mr. P. How are you, Mr. P? How are you doing? Are you enjoying the day, enjoying the month? And how are your kiddos doing? How is school? I worry about school because with the Rona and everything else going on and how much stress that puts on families. I was reading in the BBC that the number of marriage counseling is going up, like the number of couples who have requested marriage counseling is skyrocketed, as has inquiries to lawyers, of course. So yeah, so I worry about kids and the stress that it puts on families financially, emotionally, all that kind of stuff. And then, I mean, teachers and education people trying to keep kids on track. It's hard. It's really hard. So Mr. P and Elizabeth are doing very well because I know y'all are doing as much as you can. So MM Ward says, to be honest, you should say try and fail to edit consistently. That's kind of how I feel about editing. Elizabeth says, nope, I can never do that. I don't function unless you have 7+ hours of sleep. Yeah, same. Me too. And that's why going to bed at 2 a.m., waking up at 6 a.m., and drinking copious amounts of coffee is not good for me. MM Ward wants to know if Heather has gotten enough sleep. Yes, love to all the educators because it is a difficult job. And Heather says, I think I got enough sleep. All right. Well, I have not decided what I'm going to be working on today, to be honest. I kind of am not feeling Project Moon at the moment. I think I need a break from it, from all the world building, just to kind of let some things simmer in my brain. But I also kind of don't want to go back to Project Gray at the moment. So I don't really know what I'm going to do. I've got a couple of nonfiction things for like web content that I can pull up and work on. I also have my bullet journal in front of me that I could be penciling in some things. So yeah, so I also have like just my notebook for like stream of consciousness, journaling, thoughts, brainstorming stuff. So if I may just start to handwrite and try and get some thoughts out. I don't know. We'll see. In other words, it feels like it's going to be a chaotic first sprint for me. So I think with that, I'm going to have a 15-minute start rather than a 25, just because my brain is not focused at all. And I need a bit of a shorter sprint to try and combat that. So let's see. Elizabeth says you're going to grade 2 papers and then you have done your daily quota. Yay! You can't wait for Christmas break when you can finally start draft 2. Yes, that's exciting. Mr. P says it's good given the circumstances. You are so behind on the Peppermint Stranger. Yes, hoping to get some work done this weekend. Excellent. Yay. Good, 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 good. All right. So first sprint, I think I'm going to use the Aurora because I used the penguins for the thumbnail. So we will use the Galaxy and Aurora timers at least to start with today. We probably will end up back on the penguins, but that's okay. All right, so if you have already been working this morning, make sure you save the document, and also make sure you have something to hydrate with. Make sure you are taking stretch breaks, roll your shoulder back, do the posture check thing, make sure your spine is not hunching over like mine does all the time, and get a snack if you need one. We're going to get started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right, that is the end of the first sprint. How'd you do? Let me make this smaller. Yes, Devin mentioned their name, so don't forget to save. Emma Ward says, editing my Huntsman novel. Oops, let me pause this when it pops up. There we go. Editing your Huntsman book and replacing the placeholder names with names that fit the naming conventions in your sci-fi fantasy work in progress. Lovely. Love that. And yes, don't forget to hydrate. I have water. Cheers. With bubbles in it because it's tap water. And yes, that's what I was telling Devin. Shh, you shouldn't have said to him. And Kaylin finished your nano project. Yay! That is super exciting. That is very exciting. Props to you. Job well done. Hooray! That is awesome. Yes. Elizabeth says, congratulations. Yes, congratulations. Absolutely. That is great. That is a fantastic feeling. And the fact that you did it this close to nano, like mine, I had to wait several months until my brain like lifted out of nano burnout. And then I could finish it. And so I didn't finish it until May. So that is awesome. Props to you on not giving up and pushing through. Stacy says, I finished my project last night. Yay! Awesome. So today you are rereading. Did you finish during KaShay stream? Because I thought I saw you there. But I was sort of like on and off. So, but anyway, congratulations. And you're rereading and fixing quick mistakes and making notes on things you need to add or at least edit in the first run. Good for y'all. Y'all are amazing on this like turnaround time to do edits and whatnot. I suck at that. Elizabeth says, half a paper graded. Yay! Struggling to find some positives here. But you will find some. There is always something. Yes. Yes. And sometimes it's just the improvement that they make rather than like one specific thing. So yeah. Kaylin says, thanks. You're so thrilled. Yes, absolutely. You should be. You did that. You did amazing. So I started penciling in. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it, but I started penciling in a lunar calendar. So full moons and new moons. And so I'm going to be adding the quarters. I don't know if I'll be adding the gibbuses and the crescents, but I might. I don't know. I might just try and keep it kind of clean with the 4 major moon phases. So, but yeah. So that's what I was doing because I can't concentrate at the moment. I don't know. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm procrastinating, if you can't tell, because I don't know what I want to do for Project Moon. But I've gotten a couple of like some of my basic things that I knew I wanted to transfer over to this next journal. I've got my Tombow collection and some of the color pairings that I like. I've gotten my mild liner swatches, and then I've penciled in the grid spacing cheat sheet, and I've used stickies to say what other pages are going to be. So I haven't done much in here, but it's a start. So, but yes, that's what I'm doing. Is I'm sketching in my lunar calendar for next year. That way I don't have to keep looking it up every month when I want to put it on my calendar. So, stuff. Anyway, I forgot where I was in the chat. Okay. So Stacy says, I finished between Laura and Kevin's and the beginning of KaShay's. Excellent. Excellent. Yay. Keka says, the part I'm working on right now is harder than you thought. Yes, that always seems to be how it goes. You got 73 words, but hey, I bet those 73 words are sometimes like the hardest you will do. Sometimes that lays the foundation for like everything that you need later on. So yes, sometimes the improvement is the best part. So Ward says Uriah, or a different spelling of Uriah, or Yofriel. I kind of like the Uriahs better than Yofriel because I can just see somebody going, yo. And that's just how my brain says things. I kind of like the first Uriah without the Y. Maybe because of sort of like the aesthetic of like the Y and the H are taller and the I in the middle is just like a wee bit taller. And so it feels balanced. Whereas with the Uriah with the Y, you have the talls at the end, and then you have the up and then the down. I don't know. I don't know why this is like why the aesthetics of the name matter. But that's my way. It's probably like not what anybody else prefers, but that would be like what my brain and eye says, because I am a speed reader and sometimes that gets me into trouble. And so with in some ways I have some of the same issues that like not anywhere near as bad, but with names that have familiar patterns of tall and short. Sometimes if they start with the same letter and then they have the same like height difference, I have a hard time when I'm speed reading, kind of like dyslexia has as well. And so like, and then Sauron and Saruman with Lord of the Rings tripped me up so bad because I would always have to go like, wait, who are we talking about again? Which one is this? Because the beginning vowels, the SA, height difference thing, yeah. Anyway, so so for I don't know, for whatever reason, I like the first Uriah is what I'm trying to say. There's no real point to it, but I like the first. I'll shut up now. Stacy says, my project is not even 12,000 words, so the reread is not so bad. You are fixing quick spelling errors and mainly putting in notes of things you need that you know you need to add or fix, and then it's going to sit for a month. Okay. But yeah, those initial notes are important because if you don't get them down, you might forget about them. Yes. Mr. P says, no words that time, but you did do some research on some dates for the timeline. Yay, research. And figured out where your old chapters 1 through 4 will now fit. 1 will become 4, and so on. And they need a little bit of polishing. Nice. Yes, color pairings. So I think I looked up like sort of fashion palettes initially, and then I put in color palettes as close as I could to the aesthetics of things I liked on Instagram, like people who have like real like branding experience, and so their color palette and the way that they frame things, they have like a whole month's worth of a single color palette or color story. And so I tried doing that, and that's how I got some of the monthly spreads and weekly layout colors that I liked, was by using color stories that I had seen and appreciated. And my flyaways are kind of crazy. Okay, distraction is real today. Stacy says, I just want to add the notes while the story is fresh in your mind. Yes. Charlie is here. Hey, how are you? Are you well rested? Did you have a good evening sleep? Sleep is important. And then Ward says hello to Charlie. And Charlie says, don't forget to hit the like, you pretty people. Yes. I almost read that as petty, but no, it's pretty. Because if they were petty, they wouldn't hit the like button. Okay, so Emma Ward says his sister is Eulemina, maybe? Or it could be Illumina. That sounded weird coming out. I think it's because there's no I after the A. So you need two names that deal with light. Gotcha. Okay. Heather assembled a card and shared some photos of another unfinished card going to actually run an errand. All right. And Stacy says, what about your free reel, combining them? It's hard to say, though. Yuri Elf is their ancestor. Yofriella was the high lady from whom the house is named after. Are these these are, oh God, where is the book? Where did I put it? Please tell me I didn't get rid of it. I had a book about angels at some point, and a lot of these are sounding like the sort of like angel names. But anyway, somewhere around here I have it, and if I spotted it, I would probably go grab it, but I don't see it, so it's somewhere safe, I'm sure. Like at the bottom of a pile of books, behind another pile of books. Heather says hello to Charlie. Emma Ward says to Heather, the poinsettia fairy was so pretty. Ooh, I need to go look at these. I do like poinsettias. They're pretty. Charlie actually slept. Yay! You got so many suggestions from your last video that you're working on a schedule right now and hoping to get some world building done. Excellent. Yay. And y'all like went a really long time on Wednesday. So I don't know if tonight's Forever stream will turn out the same way, but I think y'all did 10. Is that what we did? 10? Because I wasn't there the whole time. I went to go see Laura's, but yes. Okay, brain distraction is real. Okay, let's shift to another sprint because my brain is not here, y'all. So I can at least sort of maybe work on this lunar calendar and not. Okay, so we're going to do 25-minute. We're going to do the tomato timer because it's right there. And yes, so make sure that you save your document if you were working digitally last sprint. Make sure you are hydrating, stand up and walk around if you need to, or at least do a posture check, shoulders back. I'm actually sitting pretty straight at the moment, which is good. Maybe it's helping. Maybe the constant posture checks are helping. Maybe. All right, we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. we're done with that sprint. That was a surprise. Alrighty then. I realized I messed up a couple of the things, so I had to redo, but it looks more. I've got the 4 main moons on there, 4 main quarters, so that is good. I've got the dates properly figured out. I don't know why it takes me so much time to do that kind of thing, but it does. But anyway, so I now have that. I have my my future log with all of the birthdays penciled out, so that I can do those. Yeah. I don't know. Like I'm trying to resist coloring it in yet. I don't know why. Just cause. Maybe it's because it's not like the 15th of December yet, and I'm like, it seems a little early to start for next year. But at the same time, I'm already trying to figure out what my Q1 goals should be, even though Q4 is not done yet. And I think that's fine. But again, like I haven't like penciled them in or anything. So I don't know. How early do y'all start planning for the next year? Am I the only one who's like, I mean, I can't be the only one because I was able to look up like a crap ton of 2021 journal setups. So I know I'm not the only one who is already thinking about setting up for next year, but still. Yeah. So on Wednesday, Charlie and everybody who's on Charlie's channel did a very impressive 10 20-minute sprints, which was, it's insane, but also awesome. Yeah. So, and Stacy had to go, is going to be hopping around to a couple of different sprints and streams. And Bonnie Phillips, hello, how are you? You are jumping in for the next sprint. Excellent. Yay. I think the next one, we'll just go ahead and make a Pomodoro length as well. So Elizabeth says, finished one. Yay. Time to feed the dog. Yes. And the dog will love you for that. Charlie worked on a banner image for an article about wyverns. Always a fun topic. Mr. P fixed some things and got 59 words. Excellent. Yay. M.M. Ward did a load of laundry and 4 pages got edited. Nice. Very nice. I still am feeling like while I'm doing this kind of thing, I'm turning over some thoughts about characters and which ones sort of I had kind of thought when initially creating them. I was like, I'm not sure if this fits with this particular series. And so, there's something sort of like discordant about them in the context of the same world as the other characters. And so, like trying to analyze why it feels discordant and all that. Sorry, my ankle itched. And things like that. And trying to figure out what story they belong to, or if it's just like I haven't quite figured out the plot link to figure them to like how they actually fit into this world. But no, these particular characters are not, I think it was too much of a stretch to try and include them, especially considering the other types of characters and sort of the framework that I want to build around them. So they're not going to be in this world. But I will put them to the side, make some notes about them, and try and figure out what world they do belong to. And hopefully it won't take me on another 2-month planning extravagance. So Katka says, I'm really messy with my planning right now. It's actually non-existent, so you just hope that you can make a plan for next year during Christmas. Yeah, this sprint was much better. 498. That is much better. Yes, for sure. And McCord is also on board. Make them their own world, yes. So, and that's essentially what I've kind of concluded, is that the reason why they feel so out of place is just because they don't belong there. So, yes, so they will eventually get their own world, and that will be a whole nother story. Oh boy. Like, I feel bad because I'm still sort of like in the same kind of process, same kind of steps. I'm not really advancing into like second and third drafts as much as I would like to. So that's going to be something I need to focus on in 2021, is like getting into the next drafts and getting things like finished. So yeah. All right. So let's make sure. Ooh, dog is fed and you have Christmas soda. What is your favorite Christmas or holiday soda? We always try and get either Schweppes raspberry ginger ale or the Canada Dry cranberry ginger ale, essentially. Like either raspberry or cranberry. And then we use that to mix with other things. So anyway. Yes, so those are our family holiday sodas. I mean, cream soda is always nice every once in a while. So, okay. Yes, McCord also loves cranberry ginger ale. Yay! That is a very tasty one. Very tasty. All right. What is my brain doing? It's obviously not paying attention. That's what's happening. Okay, so 25 minutes. Try and get something done besides this lunar calendar thing. And don't forget to save. Don't forget to hydrate. Stand up and stretch. Walk around if you need to. Go get a snack if you need to. We're getting started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go! Alrighty. I say as I continue to. Okay. Anyway. Yes. Okay, this is also a 5-minute. Okay, so I finished the Lunar Spread. I chose a quote that I wanted to go with it, and I did larger moons. I know it's hard to see, but let me just go ahead and stop the screen for a second. So I've got my quote over here. I've got the bigger moons, and then I've got the 4 main moon phases on the right dates penciled in. And now I'm out of focus. And then what else did I get? Oh, I set up for my quarter goals. And so I have each, so it's a double page spread. I mean, it's very light, but so I've got 3 sections within each quarter so that I can have 4 goals, 1 for writing, 1 for health, and 1 for other, I guess. So I've got those, or I could split it into like January, February, March. But I think I'm more inclined to do the overall goals rather than the months, because I will have places later to do the monthly goals. And then I started on the things to check out and the books read. It's where I will keep a book log, because I feel like I did not read nearly enough this year. I feel like I slacked real hard, real hard on the reading this year. So that needs to change, because, you know, I've got all these books. And I've got a whole bunch of the like nonfiction, like books on writing that I want to read and still haven't gotten to for like 2-3 years. So I need to do some like writing craft as well as enjoyable reading. I feel like I'm not reading enough. So that I want to make sure that I get at least 1 book log page, and it's going to be pretty minimalistic, because I always find that like when I draw out little book spine things and make it look cute, then there's like not enough space for the title and the author. You know, so it's going to be pretty minimalistic for that spread. But anyway, yes, so I was intrigued by the idea that all the big soda companies have their own brand of Christmas soda that only comes out around holiday times, which sounds really amazing. And M.M. Ward says, I had some orange ginger soda and cinnamon ginger soda from a custom soda shop we used to have in the city, but sadly they closed because the Rona. Yuki Miko, hello, how are you? I hope you are doing well. And yeah, now I wish to live in Norway and have awesome holiday sodas. Yes. Come and visit sometime when we don't have the whole pandemic thing. Yes. Orange and ginger does sound very good. Yes. You have dissolved red hots in ginger ale to make it sort of like a cinnamon ginger ale. That would be interesting. You do like, is it Irn-Bru? But I can't, you can only get it once a year. It's Scotland in a can. Oh, that sounds fun. Charlie says, I worked on my article about wyverns. Nice. How do I prepare my Kanban board? So I have 5 different colors up there at the moment. So I have blue for my fantasy. I have blue is for my fantasy book 1, yellow is for my fantasy book 2. Green is for the Cinderella story that has I still have not reposted it to my blog rather than to Wattpad, because I disabled the Wattpad. The hot pink is for the paranormal romance. And the purple is for sort of like some general goals. So I have reading certain number of books, and I have just like general word count for Milwordy. And so I have moved those down once I have finished them. So I have read a couple of books, and I have reached I've almost reached the 200, which is that one, the 200,000, which is that purple one right there. And then, so I've done a whole bunch of word count. Most of the ones that are down here in the done are my word count ones, rather than my like finish a certain act or whatnot. And so I initially, when I set up my Kanban board for like the June one for quarter 3, I did things by chapter, and there were so many sticky notes that they would not stay up. And so, yeah. So I have sort of condensed it to be word count goals, like reading goals, and sort of more of like act type things, or like general, like finish the 0 draft, finish the first draft, finish the read through type of thing. So a little bit more of like completion steps, and then word count goals are kind of the primary stickies that are up there. Sorry if that didn't make a whole lot of sense. So Mr. P got 206 words and almost finished the scene. Excellent. Yukimiko says 210 words and started a new Christmas children's book. Ooh, nice. Elizabeth says you need 30 minutes more and these papers will be done. Looking forward to some cheese and crackers as a reward. Excellent. Okay. Well, it is 2:45. So normally I end at 3. I feel like I could go a little bit longer just because I feel like I'm not getting a whole lot done, but if y'all are working, that's fantastic. So if y'all would rather do like a 15 to 25, somewhere in there, and then go over a little bit, that's fine. But I will go ahead and during this next sprint, put in the links to other streams that are happening. So what length of a sprint do you want for the 4th and final sprint? And then we will go ahead and do that. If y'all want the 30 minutes, we can do the 30 minutes. It's fine. I have not been writing. I've been bullet journaling because my brain just refuses to let me write today. So Elizabeth votes for a 25. Ward votes for a 15. Any other takers as to what you would like? Ooh. And Ward would like the link to the World Anvil. Please, Charlie. Thank you. Yukimiko says, I use my Kanban only for my health, and that's already a lot to manage. Yeah, so these are just my writing goals. I don't have my health goals up there. That's there to remind me to write, which I'm currently ignoring it today, apparently. So yeah. So Charlie also votes for 25. We will go ahead and, yes, 25 it is. Okay. Let's see. Let's go fetch the penguin 25 because he's cute. Do 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 do. Do do do. Oh, poor penguin only has 3 likes. It's okay. Okay. 25 minutes. Make him bigger. Yes. Okay. So make sure you save your document if you have been actually working today, unlike me. Make sure you are drinking your soda, your Christmas soda, or your water or coffee or whatever it is you are drinking to stay hydrated. Make sure you do posture check, all of that kind of fun stuff. We're going to go ahead and get started with Pomodoro Penguin in 3, 2, 1, go. And that's the sprint. I got distracted. I have a page that I want to create that's sort of like a exercise tracker, but it's for miles. And so I was thinking I would try and put some milestone type things in there where it would be like, oh, you walked the length of the Grand Canyon or whatever. And just sort of like throughout the year. And then as I was looking for ideas, there's apparently somebody did one that's like from Hobbiton to Rivendell, from Lord of the Rings. I was like, I might be interested in that. So I don't know if I'm actually going to do that or not, but I'm going to toss the idea around in my head, just as a thing. But yes, so I figured out what my 3-word focus for 2021 is going to be, and that's going to be consistency, which I had this year, and I think I've done pretty well overall for writing, and if nothing else. But so consistency, I'm going to be focusing on completion next year, so sort of like moving through the process of my writing drafts and whatnot a little bit better, and actually like finishing them. And then also compassion, sort of like both to myself and to other people, because the world needs a little bit of compassion after this year. So yes, so I will have 3 C's for this next year: consistency, completion, and compassion. And Stacy made it back. Yay! And Elizabeth did it. You finished your grading, so cheese and crackers are yours. Yay! Yes. Very nice. Okay. And so here is the World Anvil site for Charlie's World Ember, which you should definitely go check out. And then there are some links for streams, the usual places. Mallory usually streams until 5 p.m. Carol Brown started at 2. I'm not sure if they're still going. They probably are, and then Divided by Sight started just a few minutes ago, and then Charlie will be beginning the Friday stream at 5 p.m. Eastern. Sarah Scharnweber usually starts at 8 p.m. Devin says that Diane Marie is streaming right now, so you can also hop over there. And there is a virtual writing retreat this weekend, which is good because I had forgotten about that. Thank you, Devin. I appreciate it. So yes. And Charlie says, I worked on some more of the world building. You love how this world is starting to come into focus. Yay! Excellent. And Heather says, and I'm back. Excellent. Just in time for goodbyes. So yes, that was going to be the last sprint. I think I just need to go do something else for a while and just kind of get my brain back in order. Maybe go ahead and finish penciling in some of these spreads so I don't have any more excuses not to write. But anyway, so yes, I am here 4 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. On the weekdays, 1 to 3, on the weekend, 2 to 5. So I will be back on Sunday, and then I will have the whole new week set up also for next week. But yeah, so hopefully you were way more productive than I was today, and hopefully I will see y'all in the chat in some other people's streams. So I will see y'all. Ooh, Yukimiko got 238 that sprint. Excellent. Good job. I'm glad that y'all are making some progress. So, yay. All right. I will see y'all next time. Thank you for joining me today and watching me be distracted. So,